Your intention is everything. This is something that narcissists will want to pull the wool over your eyes, right? Because see, with them, their intention is always harmful, even if that's not their intention, but it actually always is their intention. Very confusing, right? That's why they think it's always your intention too. So anytime an option of doing someone dirty is there, a narcissist will think that you're going to take that option. But see, that option is always there with anything. Like I said in my last video, it's all come down to lightness and dark. That's it. It's empaths and narcissists. It's not, oh, some people are empaths, some people are narcissists, and then there's the rest of the world. No, it's light and darkness, period. Either you have empathy for yourself and humankind or you don't. Now, of course, there's other darker, sociopathy and all of that. But to keep it really, really simple, as someone with free will, you have the ability to make a choice. But a lot of times it's stepping out of an old habit, right? And sometimes even habits that don't serve us are habits for a reason. And so they're a crutch at some point, right? Like my daughter said to me the other day, randomly, she's like, try to talk to me without using any S's. I was like, that's a really good experiment, right? That is like changing a habit. Try to speak without saying any S's, and you're going to get in your head about trying to recreate this habit. So at first it's going to be really heady. But the thing with intention is that it's coming from a relaxed space, because intention is connected to your intuition, your highest and best, right? And that's why a narcissist or somebody who is even operating on a lower vibration than that doesn't understand that anybody would have the free will to make a different choice, because they're not. So they just think if there's water, you're going to use it to drown somebody, right? But intention is everything. That's why intention is everything. Because water could be extremely life-giving, it can cleanse you, it could baptize you, it could heal you, it could nourish you, or it could drown you, right? It all depends on intention. Same with fire. Anything can be used for good or evil, right? Anything. Fire can comfort you, warm you, cook your food, or it could burn down property. It all depends on intention. Now here's where it gets a little sticky, because see, with intention, when your ego comes into play, the intention can get blurry. So how do you know, right? Have you ever heard this quote? It's integrity is what happens when nobody's looking. Integrity is when your intentions and your actions line up. So you're not somebody that says, I don't want to hurt you. Of course you don't want to hurt. If your intention is pure, and as long as your intentions are pure, they are never going to be to harm or to hurt. So that's something that would never even come out of your mouth, right? But to a narcissist, it does, because they know in their human nature that that's just part of the deal. Now, here's the thing. You can't be responsible for everybody else, right? Like my 7-year-old daughter comes home from school hurt a lot, first grade drama. And she says, but what if nobody likes me? I said, honey, then you like yourself. And for all of your life, I wish. And she has a ton of friends and a ton of things that are going so great in her life. But this is the human condition, right? Sometimes we can all feel like we don't have friends or nobody likes us. And often that's your ego, right? Saying that you're not good enough. playing the narcissist role, and it's really to harm you in many ways. It's a shadow. Now, you can use your ego in a good way if you just let it help you to have that ambition, right? Help you to have the drive, but not from a bashing way and then the egotistical, narcissistic, mental bashing that comes along with it oftentimes. So to really have self-love is to be in alignment with your intentions. I got a question a couple videos back about what happens when you're the person who makes all the effort in a friendship or whatever it is, right? A spouse, you're always the one reaching out, especially like with a friend, right? Let's use that as a circumstance. So it's your friend and you're constantly reaching out and you're feeling like it's a little one-sided. You're like, I wonder if we'd even be friends if I stopped putting in the effort. Well, if you do stop putting in the effort and it falls off, then you know that it was one-sided. And you can give them the benefit of the doubt because sometimes people are just busy, right? Sometimes life sweeps us all away. And if it's in true alignment and there's a real connection there, you're going to come back together so nothing is lost. But when you're feeling shame or guilt, come back to, what is my intention? Is my intention to feel shame or guilt? Is my intention to harm? Or is my intention from a pure place of love? Pure and love, clear. A pure place of love, right? So I know for me personally, there's some friendships that have changed over the years. Like sometimes you outgrow people, right? And that's not necessarily, it's not a bad thing ever. But it doesn't necessarily feel good. It doesn't necessarily feel like a good thing, even though it could be the most beneficial thing for everybody involved. And so if your intention is, I desire the highest and best for everyone involved, and whether that means that we're together or whether that means that we're apart, I release that. And you have this relaxation about it and you let go of the ego wanting to control it. That is a pure intention. And so a way to release that guilt, if you're feeling guilt, if you maybe stop putting in the effort and then now this friendship who you thought was a dear connection is gone and you're feeling guilt because you think, well, if I had just continued the way I was, I know we'd still be connected. To have love for yourself, have that intention of, well, what's my intention in even having a connection? Is it to have pure love and understanding? And if the answer is yes, because that is a good intention, then do that for yourself and you can send love from afar. You can even send love to the narcissist. And yeah, narcissists can change. Sometimes people come on here and they're like, well, if you believe it, like creating your reality, why can't a narcissist change? They can, but it takes a lot of introspection. It takes a lot of work that often they don't want to do. But now we're coming in 2024. You never know. Maybe they can. But I don't want that to be advice to you to go and take mistreatment from somebody. So that's why it's easier to say they don't change. Who changes? You change. You change. A narcissist will always think that you have the worst intention. And by gaslighting you into thinking that you always have the worst intention because they do, sometimes you will adopt that or get so scared of your own self or get scared of your own spirituality or anything, right? I was wearing a star the other day and it was so funny because I'm so intuitive. I will be winning the lottery at any moment because I swear I am so intuitive on so many levels. It's like somebody's going to freak out that I have a star in my shirt. And sure enough, somebody did. They're like, oh gosh, no thanks, I'll pass. Because they imagine I'm doing some kind of crazy witchcraft or something because I have a star on my shirt. Or because I like owls. Or because, if you want to look for a dark intention in anything, you can try to find that, right? Because like I said, there's light and dark in everything. But you can feel when somebody has a pure intention. And so I deleted that comment, even though it doesn't even really matter. I'm like, I'm not going to be gaslit into thinking that my intention isn't what it is, because I know what it is. But in the same token, I can just leave it and still know what it is, right? So there's layers to this stuff that sometimes I don't even want to give that energy. Before my old people pleasing thing, I would leave a lot of really harsh negative comments up because I was like, oh, I want to show that I'm okay with it. But really, that was me people pleasing. I'm like, I don't like that comment. This is my platform. I can take it down. So, in having a pure intention and knowing who you are, you can also set boundaries. See, that's again a reason why narcissists attack the empath, because you don't have boundaries because you're trying to please them. Oh, you don't like this, you don't like a star. Oh my gosh, even some people are scared of the lotus flower and Buddhism roots. Look, all different religions, you can find light and darkness in all of them, because it's human nature, and there's light and darkness in all of human nature. But again, it comes back to your intention. That's why your intention is so important. And don't let anybody else dictate to you what your intention is. Spend time daily knowing and coming into communing with spirit. Be in spirit, be inspired, so that you know your intent, so you are clear on your intent. Because sometimes when somebody else has a much stronger intent and you didn't even know what your intention was, it's going to be the biggest thing in the room. As a director, if you don't know, I'm a director and I'm an acting teacher, and that's why I also understand human behavior so much. This is the craft of being human. So it's almost like a therapist. And I can actually direct it, right? So I'm directing human behavior. And in doing that, I've ended up helping a lot of artists with counseling, life coaching, and then also entrepreneurs and leaders. If you want support in that, I have actual tools from an artistic way, but also this spiritual way through meditation and tuning within, whether that's a higher power to you, whatever it is for you, God, source, the universe, right? I have real ways to tune within, because as an artist, as a creator of your world, you must be present. You must be able to know what your intention is. So as an acting teacher, oftentimes we talk about the biggest thing in the room, right? Whatever the biggest thing in the room that is happening, whatever that is, that's going to take the most attention, right? And sometimes your intention can get lost when the focus and attention is on something really negative. So to circle back with my daughter, who's 7, sometimes she comes home and she's like, but how can I get them to understand? And I said, well, here's the thing. You can't. But your intention is everything. All you can do is control yourself. And if you are in alignment with your intention and you're having integrity, then their own soul's journey will catch up and either get that vibrationally or not. Either you guys will be a vibrational match, and that means you're in alignment to grow together, or you won't be. So often when you start getting more and more in touch with your intention, you're not going to attract narcissists anymore. I know that's true for me, because I wasn't clear in my intention. See, even though I thought I was like, I just want to help everybody. No, now I realize my intention is love. And sometimes the most loving thing you can do is to not help. Sometimes the most loving thing you can do is to walk away. Sometimes the loving thing you can do is to be assertive and draw boundaries. But if you're people pleasing, you'll never know that. And so your intention will get lost. And then when somebody tries to gaslight you and says, oh, your intention is something negative because you like a lotus flower coming out of the mud, or your intention is negative because you believe in this or that, or you're discovering this. No, when your intention is pure, you know, and nobody can sway you from that. You cannot control everybody else. So, for instance, if you're wanting to manifest something, I've been speaking with a lot of people who are in a lot of pain. Big businesses who've gone under, well, small, businesses, but they were doing big business before the whole world shut down, and now their business is suffering. Relationships have been suffering. Finances have been suffering. The economy has been bad. Now, this isn't to be like, oh, negative, negative, negative. No, when the intention is pure, then you know what you're doing. My intention is pure with this channel. We've gone down a lot of different roads, but my intention is pure. My intention is to be of service. My intention is to be transparent, to connect, to heal, to grow, to elevate for myself and others. Because I believe when we're all doing that, we tap into our own authenticity and share our gifts and talents with the world, we create peace on the planet. That is my intention. Now, I'm a human. I make mistakes. I stumble along the road, but the intention is like your tuning rod. That is your compass to know, okay, whoa, I got off gear here. And when you have that awareness, then you can come back. So say you're wanting to manifest money, right? And your intention is pure because you want to help yourself, you want to help your family, maybe you want to create something big for the world, and you know what your intention is, then that is not negative, right? You have to know your intention, because if you're broke and sick and tired, you can't help anybody. But now somebody, especially a narcissist, might want to come along and say, well, you're greedy because you want to make a lot of money. But when you know your intention is to help yourself, others, humanity at large, you won't allow yourself to be swayed so that you go into that negative thing. And by trying to help, you actually go into poverty. Does that make sense? Intention is everything. Because if everything was taken away from you in a challenging time, and you come into your intention to love, to feel good, to be of service, you can create that no matter what your outer circumstances look like. So even if the friend is gone, if you broke up with somebody, if the business crumbled, come back to your intention and you will come back into the light. Instead of being gaslit, right, by the darkness, you can have an inner strength and warmth from the light. Again, it's your intention. The light can cook the food or cook the man. Let me know what your intention is this year. When an actor steps on stage to act, it's never good. When an actor steps on stage with an intention, I'm going to do this, not be good, not get approval from the audience. What is my intention? My intention is to propose, to profess my love, to get the girl, to get the guy, to go big. That's why we love plays and movies, because they're larger than life. But for an actor to facilitate that and allow us to live through them, they must be clear on their intention. So often people are fumbling and stumbling around and so depressed because they're not clear on their intention. When your intentions are pure, the outer circumstances will eventually catch up with you. I promise you. So no matter what you're going through, no matter how long you've been trying, no matter how tired you are at having these good intentions and being misunderstood, or not having the outside match what your pure intention is on the inside, and getting results that seem out of sync with what it is that you really desire, I promise, stay true to who you are and how you want to show up in the world, no matter what the outside looks like, and you will come into alignment with exactly what is meant to be yours. I promise you. We need more light workers. Artists are light workers. Artists are creating things all the time. It doesn't matter what type of artist you are. If you're a chef, if you're a painter, if you're a parent, you are creating your life day to day. Who do you want to be? Do you want to create health in your body? Then intend to feel good. Imagine what it would be like to be in a healthy body. If you want millions of dollars, you want to win the lottery, really imagine what the feeling state would be and what is your intention with that money. Make real plans and then relax into it and enjoy the fact that it's going to catch up with you. The outside will reflect back to what is inside. Don't give up. Don't give up. You got so much love to you.